Okay, so today we're going deep on something I think we can all relate to, that inner critic we all deal with. And for this deep dive,
Wow.
we're looking at a video transcript
Yeah.
from a YouTube channel called Gaaia Carmel.
Okay.
And the video is called 999090. Yeah, which translates to
Right.
identifying the voice dot day 9 of 90 days of content creation.
Yeah.
So we're going to be looking at this creator who's kind of going through it.
Yeah. They're really wrestling with this.
Yeah, they are wrestling with it, and
Yeah.
we're going to try and figure out what's going on here and maybe find some tactics to
Yeah.
deal with this.
You know what really struck me was just how honest this creator is
Yeah.
about their struggle. They're actually trying to make this video and they keep getting hit with this wave of like internal nonsense, as they call it.
Yeah.
Where their brain is telling them like, oh, this is boring or this is stupid or nobody's going to want to watch this.
Yeah.
And it's not even that they don't have ideas.
Right.
It's like the ideas are there, but then the self-doubt just creeps in.
Yeah, and they actually say this really interesting thing. They say, the first people who judge us are ourselves and not necessarily people from the outside.
That is so true.
Isn't it?
You know how many times have we all just like talked ourselves out of doing something before anyone else even had the chance to like give us feedback or,
Yeah.
critique it?
It's so true.
Yeah, this video really like captures that moment of realizing that we're often our own worst enemy.
Right. It's not just about content creation either, right?
Exactly.
It's like any time you're trying to do something new.
Yeah.
Like whether it's a presentation at work or learning a new skill or like even just telling someone how you really feel about something.
Absolutely. Anything that makes you feel a little bit vulnerable.
Exactly.
Yeah, that voice can just come in and be like, nope, not going to happen.
Totally.
Yeah, it's a pretty universal dynamic.
And the really cool thing is that the creator actually figures out
Oh, yeah.
how to deal with this.
Yeah. Okay, how do they do it?
Well, they start by actually like naming this inner voice.
Interesting.
Like they identify it as a separate thing from themselves.
Oh, okay.
It's not just a vague feeling of self-doubt anymore.
Okay.
It's like this distinct presence that they become aware of. And that seems to be like the first step in being able to like manage it.
Yeah, it's like if you can name it, you can tame it kind of thing.
Exactly. And then they actually start talking back to it.
What?
Yeah, like they'll literally say to themselves like, okay, nonsense, who is interested in this?
Wow. Okay.
And then they'll be like, well, I'll do it anyway.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like this really direct way of engaging with this self-doubt instead of just letting it run wild.
It's almost like they're calling its bluff.
Right. And they use this great analogy of a radio station.
Oh, okay. I like that.
They say you can't always turn the negative voice off completely,
Right.
but you can lower the volume,
Yeah.
like tuning out a radio station that you don't want to listen to.
Okay, so they're not saying like just ignore it or pretend it's not there.
Right.
It's more like, okay, it's there, but I don't have to blast it at full volume.
Exactly.
Interesting. I like that.
And you know what else I thought was really cool is how they talk about their motivation.
Oh, yeah.
Like they say that their goal is to like convey something meaningful from within.
Okay.
And I feel like that's what gives them the strength to overcome the self-doubt.
Yeah, you're right. Like if you're really clear on your why, then the how becomes less scary.
Yeah, it's like the purpose becomes bigger than the fear.
Right. And remember, this is all happening on day 9 of a 90-day content creation challenge.
Right.
So this person is like actively putting themselves out there every single day.
Yeah, it's like they're forcing themselves to confront that inner critic.
And maybe that's the key, like the more we create, the more we get used to dealing with that voice.
Yeah, it becomes less of a monster and more of like a grumpy roommate.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
So I think the big takeaway here is that we all have this inner critic,
Absolutely.
but it doesn't have to control us.
Right. We have the power to like talk back to it,
Yeah.
to question it, and ultimately to decide how much power we're going to give it.
So for you listening,
Yeah.
think about that voice in your head that pops up whenever you're about to do something new. What if next time you just acknowledged it?
It's like, oh, hey, there you are again.
Yeah, maybe even have a little conversation with it.
And then what?
And then ask yourself, how loud do I really want this voice to be?
Interesting.
Like, can you turn down the volume a little bit and see what happens?
So it's not about ignoring it,
Right.
but it's about choosing how much power it has.
Exactly. And that's what we want to leave you with today.
Okay, I like that.
How can you take control of that inner critic and start creating the things you really want to create?
Something to think about for sure.
Yeah. That's it for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.